Good morning and welcome to my channel. My name is Christina and I like to colour. Today I'm just doing a quick video on a couple of variations of doing reddish brown hair with a few different sets of pencils like Luminance and Black Widow and Prismacolor, and I'm saying all the names that I can say, avoiding the ones that I can't say. Alright, here we go, the Koh-I-Noor. Koh-I-Noor. Yeah, these are not the only ways that you can do brunette brown hair, however you say it. I say brown. These are not the only ways that you can do brown hair. There's like thousands of different variations of how to do brown hair. You just got to pick up a brown or red or yellow pencil and give it a go, pretty much. So yeah, I'm just going to show you a couple of different ways that I've played with over the past couple of days, and yeah, so let's get started. So just to make it fun, I'm going to start with one of the ones that I can't pronounce, the Koh-I-Noor Heartmouth Polycolor. Koh-I-Noor. I just call it Koh. So what's this? This is the one, a really hard one to read. That's my pug. So I'm going to use, I should start on the first one, shouldn't I? I'm going to use burnt ochre and just get a covering on the bottom here. I'm just using normal cardboard. It's just card paper. So it's not paper, but it's also not thick colouring paper. So it won't take a lot of layers. So what did I say it was? Burnt ochre. And then I'm going to go to the darkest colour, which is dark brown. I was just listening to I listen to Bruce Rivers. He's one of my ones that I listen to, YouTubers that I listen to. And he's just recently lost his son, which was really sad. But he's put out a new video, and it was the Amazon review killer. And this dude would, buy things like padlocks and knives and chains and things and do things with them, you can imagine. And he left funny reviews. Like, if I read them, I would think, oh, that's funny, He actually said what he was doing with them, like with the padlock, locking up my prisoner and she can't escape now. And it's like, I would find that funny if I read that, but now that you know what he was actually doing, it's like, light brown. So I start with the lightest and I cover the whole area so that you've got a base for, I don't know, I can't think of the words. Words elude me today. And then I do the darkest one. And then I work from there. So this time I can't talk, read and write at the same time. This time I have lines. I'm getting fancy. I've got lines. This is terracotta. Terracotta. You gotta love the Australian accent, don't you? I try to speak eloquently, but the Aussie always comes out. And I listen to Australians. I listen to a lot of American shows, and then I listen to an Australian on the TV, and I think, oh my God, we sound horrible. So it's medium terracotta. I'm just going to do white to go over this highlight here. And then with normal, if you're doing a whole lot of hair, like a big lot, like hair. Words, they're just really difficult for me sometimes. Like, I was supposed to do this video yesterday, but I spent the whole day just not talking. I didn't want to talk, and I don't want to talk today either. Sometimes I just don't want to talk at all. So this is actually difficult for me, and this is out of my comfort zone. So if you're doing a big hair, or you know portrait or something, you would take your time and you would go slow and you would do lots of layers, and you would get lots of layers, because this is just cardboard, so it's not going to accept a whole lot of layers. So what's this one? This is, oh, another one I can't pronounce properly. I don't know if it's Albert. I would say Albert, but it's Albrecht Dürer. Albrecht Dürer. So this is the ochre, or lichte Ocker. that sounds interesting. Lichte Ocker. Light ochre. Light yellow ochre. Write that down. So Albert Dürer, light, I need more lines, yellow ochre. Need more lines, so then I'm going to go the dark one, which is the walnut brown. I got a can holder the other day. I know, it's something fancy. It's a Yeti can holder, because I'd have my Coke and it would get, because I live in Queensland and it's really hot here at the moment, and so within a matter of half an hour my Coke would be warm. I'd have water all over my desk, because I don't drink it fast, I drink it relatively slow. But the problem is this is quite a heavy can, quite a heavy thing. It's metal, and so I still think there's a lot of Coke left in the bottom, and I actually don't like to drink the very last little bit of the Coke, because no one believes me, there's this horrible chemical taste in about the last centimetre, and every time I accidentally drink it, it's like I've got to have something, I've got to drink something else or eat something else, because it's like this horrible chemical taste in my mouth, and that's just that last centimetre. I don't know if all the fake sugar or whatever goes down to the bottom and settles there when I open it. I don't know. But so that my point is that Yeti thing is heavy, and so I still think there's a lot of Coke left in it when there isn't, and so I've been getting the last little bits quite a bit, and yeah, it's not pleasant. I don't like it. And my dogs are in trouble at the moment because somebody, or two somebodies, peed on the deck again. They're pugs. They just must have small brains, because they just keep doing it. They get in trouble and they do it again, and they do it again. And now I just go out there and look at them, and they hunker down. It's like, one of them is the girl. What's this one? Oh, Tyra, the girl pug. She's a rescue, and she must have had a not so great life. So she's always been absolutely terrified. She's very skittish. If you look at her sideways, she hunkers down and pees, and so you can't go mad at Tyra. Oh, I forgot to write white there. Is it white or is it like snow? Yeah, it's white. So yeah, they're not coming in today. So they peed on the deck again. Again. If you're doing a lighter colour, you would use cream probably for your highlight there. Depends. Or that's too bright, which it is. Very lightly go over it. And voila. So these are all just quick ways that I've found that I was just playing with them playing with the pencils the other day, and just came up with these, and it's just so easy to come up. Sorry, I'm just reading and trying to get pencils. It's, if you just play with them, you'll figure it out. Like before I started this channel, sugar honey iced tea. I was terrified of using colored pencils. I wanted to so much, but I actually, that's why I do a lot of graphite. This is Prismacolor. That's why I do a lot of graphite, because I was just afraid of colored pencil, and all I wanted to do was use colored pencil. And then I started coloring in adult coloring books, and I just found that I just actually started using colored pencil. So yeah, I'm teaching myself as I go. I'm not, I know nothing. I know nothing, absolutely nothing. I just know that I enjoy it, and I make mistakes. So I'm putting in the darker ones. What I would do if I was doing hair is I would come back with the darker color again and go over the dark again to enforce it, because somehow I just don't get it right the first time. So I usually come back and go over it, because I found I've heard, and it's true, that your colorists, you know, beginners and whatever, they don't darken they don't put their darks as dark as they should be, and it actually does make a difference. It really does. Dark umber. And now burnt ochre. So I've just finished colouring the Baba Yaga. My first instinct is to say Baba Yaga, but yeah, I say a lot of things wrong. I have a garden, and I like to give my garden food, and there's this food that makes all these flowers come out, and it's potash. And when I bought it, I told my husband what I got, and I said I've got some potash, and he looks at me and starts laughing. He says, "You got some what?" And I said, "Potash." And he goes, "You mean potash?" And I go, "No." Getting stubborn. It's potash. Apparently it is potash, because that's what it is. That's what he says anyway. And he's usually smart around these things. But I still call it potash, just to annoy people. And I don't care. But yeah, I say a lot of things wrong, and I forget what I was talking about. So, you know, that's too bright. See how that was too bright a highlight? So I'm just going to go over it with the burnt ochre. I do have the Brunette pencils out, but they didn't make a very nice brunette. I can give it another try, but yeah, they didn't make a very nice one. That's right, I was doing Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga. Oh, no, I forget which one it is. I was doing Kirby Roseanne's Baba Yaga. So I finished that, and now I've started on a Joanna Basford one. I think it's Rooms of Wonder. It's the honeycomb one with the bees. Yeah, so I'm doing that one, and hopefully that one should be up in a few days. Now this is black raspberry. Just using it as a little bit of darkness. So I'm trying to tidy up my pencils because I have these drawers and they're great drawers, but everything's just a mess in there. I know I've said it before, I am not the greatest organized person. I'm not the most organized person. I have mess and it drives me insane. See, the problem is I hate mess. I really do hate mess. But then I have to leave things out when I'm using them, otherwise I'll forget what I'm using. But I just really hate mess. So now I'm going to do polychromos. So now onto the polychromos. Slippery little suckers they are. Just going to do the base in the burnt ochre. I think we've had weird weather here. It was 33, this is Celsius because we're Australia and we do Celsius. 33 on Sunday. And then yesterday, so today's Tuesday, obviously. Yesterday, it was pouring down rain. Burnt umber. So I was actually looking at doing the gems that are in Joanna Basford's book, and you have no idea. My brain just couldn't understand how to colour in the gems. Like I like to go for a realistic look, and it was driving me insane, and I ended up giving up on that one for now because it was just too hard. It was just so much light going through, and yeah, I couldn't do it. Got me annoyed, got me quite angry. But you gotta know when to give up. Try another day. But sienna. They spell sienna wrong. Different. Spells sienna different. Every other pencil I know spells sienna. Double N. No, I spelled it wrong. Oh, whatever. So yeah, I was going to do the gems, but I decided on the bees and the honeycomb. And hopefully I can make that look good. Because I like realistic looking pictures. I am going to do a video showing my room and my setup, but I need to clean it first. Because, yeah, like I said, I don't like mess, but I'm not an organised person. So, yeah, that one needs cleaning. I'm not a fan of this cardboard, to be honest. It's not the greatest paper to colour on. You can't get as many layers on this one as I would on another paper. Oh. And now on to Caran d'Ache Luminance. I'll just put Luminance. Oh, I didn't do the Pablos. I don't have Pablos in the brown hair. I actually have all of the luminance, but I haven't coloured in a full picture with the luminance yet. I should make that a challenge for myself to colour in something like a whole page with the luminance. I can never read them. I can never find the names on the pencils. They're all in different spots. And was it Prismacolor? Some of them are in this lettering, that's coloured lettering, that's really hard to see. So I have five kids, and my youngest still goes to school. My two youngest still go to school, and I walk in front, a fair distance in front of my son because he likes to ride his bike to school, and you know, don't want to embarrass them and be that mum, so I just walk and I make sure he gets there, but I'm not walking with him. And I swear to God, our council likes to wait until, like, they have the whole Christmas holidays and even January. I swear they like to wait until school starts back up to pull up the footpaths, so that all the young kids, they've pulled up a big chunk of a footpath that's on the road, on the path to get to school. And they pulled it up 2 weeks ago, and they haven't done anything about it, and just left it there, or pulled up with all these barriers, so all the kids riding their scooters and walking, and parents pushing the prams all have to go onto the road in order to get around, and it's just so annoying. It's been sitting there with the wire guard thingy in to pour the concrete, and they just haven't done it. I was actually walking around it the other day, and I saw a mobile phone. It was obviously squashed in the middle of the road, and so I thought, a lot of kids come past here, so I went over and picked it up so that none of them would go into the middle of the road and get squashed trying to pick up this broken, squashed phone. And it was completely split in half. You could see the battery, and did I write everything down? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I didn't. And you could completely see the battery. And so I threw it into the bush, but before I did that, I think I've been watching too much true crime, because I wiped my fingerprints off it. just in case it was, I don't know, thrown out of a window, or somebody kidnapped somebody and they threw the phone out so it couldn't be found. And yeah, I didn't want my fingerprints on there. Because I was just about to throw it, and I thought, hang on, my fingerprints are on there. I'm wiping them off. These are Holbein. Now these aren't great for hair. These are very soft. Oh, this sharpener drives me insane trying to get the lid on. I like the sharpener, but the lid won't stay on. And I need the lid. So just about all of these, well, I think maybe all these do have a yellow base, because yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I want to highlight, and yellow was the best highlight. Holbein, yep, E for I. So yeah, I've been watching way too much true crime. But that's it. If you know that phone was involved in something, I didn't want my fingerprints on it. That's simple. I've even seen like a screwdriver on the side of the road, and I go to pick it up to move it, and I think, no, I'm not touching that. What's that one? Yellow ochre. So I actually did, it's already up, a hair I did it in Black Widow this time, a full brunette hair, just to show you. I have some more videos coming, more ideas. So slowly getting there, and I'm trying to talk more. It's very difficult. I've always been a loner. I've always been the type of person to sit happily in my room, quiet, all by myself. And then you have kids, and then I spelled genitive, I know. And then you have kids, and there's no quiet, but you're not talking to adults, you're just talking to kids. And the kids go to school, and then yeah, it's I could sit quietly all day. So this is not easy for me. It's not easy for me to talk, because the things I want to talk about, people probably don't want to hear. That's cream. That's a weird name. Juan. Oops. I wonder if it has. To me, it looks like cream, so I should just write cream. But that sounds like a French name. So obviously, you would go through and, you know, put layers on all of these. Get rid of all the white. I don't like the white poking through, but I'm just doing a quick video showing some different color combinations, and how you can do almost anything. What are these? These are Pro Color. I don't like these. I do like them, but I don't like their feel. I feel like a toddler using these. And they are very, very hard, very scratchy. So complete opposite with the Holbeins. I'm doing another haul video. Like, I'm going to do one every 3 or 4 months, because, you know, I don't buy a great deal. Oops. Burnt yellow ochre. I know what that means. I can be a lazy colorist when I'm not trying to get detail. Stopping and sharpening a pencil really irritates me, but you know, you got to do that with colored pencil. You don't have to do it so much with graphite. I still really do love graphite. I love drawing faces. But yeah, I've been enjoying doing these adult colouring books too. I like, my favourite would have to be Roseanne. Kirby. I like the mythical style that he does. I'm probably going to say something that's probably not mainstream, but I'm not a huge fan of Joanna Basford. I like a lot of her pages, but I'm not. There's nothing wrong with them. I prefer fantasy and things like that. So some of her pages are great, and I'm just not a fan of the ones that are, you know, like a mandala, or a whole bunch of flowers. I look at some of them and I think, oh my God, like some of the pages are just, it will look amazing, but it will take forever. Absolutely forever. And I just don't know if I have that type of patience. What I do, if it's something I want to see the end of, but I don't know, I've never really coloured flowers, to be honest. And so that's why I'm pushing myself a little bit with, so I'm doing another Joanna Basford, and I'm trying to get into her style. I've got the Clara Markova book. Hers are very busy, very busy. I haven't done any of her pages yet, but I'm hoping to get one done for February, March. Champagne. So yeah, Joanna Basford is next. I do like her. She makes some beautiful. I like the Rooms of Wonder. That's not so flowery. I think it's Rooms of Wonder. That's not as flowery as, well, obviously the Secret Garden, Enchanted Garden, whatever. So yeah, I like that one. This is Light Fast. See, I don't have the neatest writing and do apologise. Messy. So this one's going to be a little bit browner. These lighten up. Light Fast. Didn't have many reddish brown, I don't think. Or I didn't see any. Doesn't mean they didn't have them. Because sometimes I look but I don't see. It's always handy to have a brush. You probably know this from colouring, but I like to have a brush so that I can brush all the crumbs off. Otherwise, boom, I get them on my hand and then I smudge it everywhere, and then I get annoyed that I've smudged it everywhere and then the whole picture is ruined. Well, it's not. Drama. I actually haven't used these Light Fast much either. I haven't really looked at the colours that they have yet. I'll have to do that. I'm a creature of habit. I tend to always go to the polychromos. Although if I had the full set of Holbeins, I would be tempted to go to the Holbeins too. It's another champagne. And yes, I know it's champagne. So I've just got 3 more to go. I forgot about the, oh, that was my stomach. We have an egg shortage here in Australia, and probably everywhere, I don't know. But yeah, I have egg whites for breakfast and I don't have any, and the shop doesn't have any, and I like my egg whites and I'm stubborn that way, and so if I don't have my egg whites I don't have breakfast. So yeah, I didn't have breakfast and I'm starting to get hungry because it's almost 10 a.m. So if you hear any loud grumbling, it's not a monster, it's not my pug, it's my stomach. And I was saying something, I forget. That's not a very nice brown, natural brown. Looks like dirty brown. I suppose that's probably what natural is, dirt. I haven't used these chroma flows either, but I don't have the whole set of the chroma flows. Yep. My stomach is talking. I'm going to stop after this one and have a biscuit. So that's too bright, so I'm going to go over that with the raisin. Very lightly though. So I'm going to stop for a minute and have a biscuit. And I'm back. So hopefully that stops the monster from grumbling. Color soft. So these are my favourite biscuits. They're fantastic, and I'm not saying that they're fantastic. The brand is called Fantastic, and they make so I love salt and vinegar. I've always loved salt and vinegar ever since I was a little girl. Everything I eat is salt and vinegar. And gee, it's very yellow. And Fantastic make, you know, all these different crackers, plain, barbecue, all sorts. And all the shops sell them except for the salt and vinegar. Only one shop sells salt and vinegar, and it happens to be the shop that's the furthest away from me. So I go there once a month and buy a whole box. And I walk out looking very embarrassed carrying this box of salt and vinegar crackers. And people stare at me, I know they do. But I like my salt and vinegar crackers. This one isn't looking. This brown is not very nice either. And that yellow might be a little bit too bright. So I've just got this one and the Black Widow to go, and then that's it. So I'm going to try and brownish this up a little bit. And then when I'm done here, I'm going to get started on that Joanna Basford B one, which hopefully I'll have up by the weekend. I'm not a huge fan of these Colour Soft. Now I had white out to use, but I don't think I'll use white. Now what I would normally do with hair is I would go through with my ceramic slicer and slice bits, and you'd have strands, loose strands flying away, because nobody has perfectly smooth hair with not one bit of strand flying away. So that's what adds the realism to it. But if you're doing adult colouring, then you know it's not that as important as if you're doing a portrait, because the heads are usually small. So, and the last one is the Black Widow, which is the video, I'll show the iCard or whatever it's called for it, with the Mariola Budex hair drawing. See, I don't talk, and when I'm trying to do something else, trying to think, trying to read, trying to write, the mouth doesn't work. Which is a good thing, I suppose. But then I tend to forget what I'm saying. And then sometimes I'll have a conversation in my head, and then I'll come out with the end of the conversation with people, and people look at me as if to say, "What are you talking about?" And I'll think to myself, "Oh, that's what I was just talking about." But I wasn't talking about it, I was thinking about it. I'm curious to find out the other colours of this Black Widow. They seem alright too. They'd be if I had more colours, I'd give them a try in one of the books I have. But I don't have a great deal of colours of these. It'd be good if they just came out in one big set, and maybe they do, I just haven't looked. But I don't think they do, I just think they have all sorts of different ones. But just one big set of the whole thing would be handy. Handy. They definitely have different names. So I haven't done all of the pencil sets that I have. I haven't done the ink tints because, I don't know, they don't go on dry as well as they do go on wet or activated or whatever you want to call it. They don't look as good in my opinion, so I don't know if I would ever colour with them dry. And then if you wanted to darken it more, there's a coal colour, which I didn't see when I was doing my other hair. You would go through and darken that. I just wanted to quickly get this video out because some days I don't want to talk, and when I do want to talk, my kids are here and it's not quiet. So right now I have them at school, and yeah, so they're all different. Like the Albert Duro is a lot browner than the Colour Soft and the Black Widow and the Chroma Flow. I prefer the reddish brown to the brown. They just look a little nicer. But yeah, there's some variations you can do for brunette hair, and I hope you enjoy, and I will see you again next time.